We're back. We're back.
Yeah, you're
Sports,
back.
I'm sorry. I couldn't hear myself. We're back. Sports Unplugged brought to you by Miller Lite. Talking about the Chicago Bears and the Houston Texans in a pretty much boring game. 13-6 win for the Texans. They go to 8-1. Bears fall to 7-2. Still got slight little control in the NFC North, but I know somewhere Green Bay is like, here we go.
Here we go, yeah.
Here we go. They got another game against San Francisco. They lose that one. We win. We get back to within one. And then, of course, we have to play them.
Yeah, we play them.
We always
hold on.
bank
in week 15.
Right.
So.
Yeah, we love that. We love that. So, I don't know. You know, it still looks good for the Bears. The Bears still have a winnable schedule.
Yeah, they do.
The rest of the season. But let's talk about some of the other teams in the NFC.
The Falcons.
No more unbeaten team
in the NFL.
And Med, got to give him credit. The upset special of the week for him.
But like you said last week, it wasn't much of an upset special. You kind of saw it coming.
Yeah, I just think. Listen, the Achilles heel to the Saints is their defense. Mm-hmm. Everybody knows this. But the Saints have never had a dominant defense.
No, well,
I don't know why everybody's making it a big deal.
They haven't had a dominant defense. The thing about them was, remember the year they won Super Bowl, their defense got a lot of turnovers.
Okay.
It wasn't a dominant defense, but they got every turnover in the book.
But you said something earlier about 3-4 shows ago.
Mm-hmm.
You appreciate coaching when you don't have it.
Right.
And now one of their guys is back, Vito.
Yeah.
It's a different ball. It's a different team.
Yeah, it's a little different. It's a little different team.
Then talking to the other guys,
right?
Get your guys back. And then if you get Peyton back, it becomes an even more different team. But let's be honest, you're never out of a game when Drew Brees has the ball in it.
No, you're absolutely right. But the thing is, now I'm thinking, do they have enough to come back? Do they have enough to come back and make a playoff run?
Well, let me ask you a question.
I
don't think. I think they do.
Mm-hmm.
As far as offensively, I think they can throw it on anybody in the league, and especially they play in the indoor track a lot, so the games are in their favor. The question I'd like to pose is, does Atlanta have the mental stability to not get shook? Because you just got beat by a team and you tried to come back, they took your best shot, and they lit you up. They put points on the board against that defense. How does Atlanta bounce back?
I think Atlanta will be fine coming out of this.
Will they be as dominant, though?
But like you said last week, they haven't really been that dominant. But the thing is that with Matt Ryan having his best offensive game in his career last week, at least with the yardage, like over 400 yards passing and everything like that, I think they'll be fine. They'll be fine. I mean, it was going to happen. They were going to lose one of these games.
Even when some of their main key players go in and out and they disappear. One thing I will say about the New Orleans Saints guys, they're consistent.
I mean, not really. I mean, Jimmy Graham, is probably the most consistent player. But the thing about Drew Brees, and it's not saying I'm not saying they're not consistent because they disappear. It's just that Drew Brees throws the rock to everybody. So sometimes Colston might not have a big game, but it's not because Colston's not doing what he's supposed to be doing. It's because you have Lance Moore over here going off, and you have Jimmy Graham going off.
Atlanta could say the same thing, but sometimes you have games where Julio Jones can't be found.
Well, I mean, like I said,
Roddy might have a so-so game.
Well,
and they lean heavy on Gonzalez.
Well, see, that's the thing. When you have a lot of weapons, you can do that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like when I have Roddy White on my fantasy team, on one of my fantasy teams, right? I look at his stats. Every other week, he goes for 100 yards. It's basically every other week he has a great game. And then you look at Julio Jones, and he's like the opposite. So Julio and Roddy White don't ever have.
Every other week, though, Julio Jones doesn't have a 100-yard game.
Well, I'm just saying that usually it's somebody, when Roddy White doesn't have an excellent game, it's either going to be Julio or Tony Gonzalez who makes up for it. Mm-hmm. So, you're not going to have all three receivers with 100 yards receiving and 2 touchdowns and then Michael Turner going off. You're not going to have that. Okay. So, when you have that many good players, I wouldn't say disappear, it's that there might be a better matchup somewhere else.
Key for the Saints, I think they're running the ball a lot better now. Chris Ivory. Great run against the Falcons. I think they're going to start running the ball a little bit more. I think Vito's like, hey, we got to run it a little bit. We just can't throw it all around the field all the time. But I don't think the Saints are out of the playoff hunt.
Here's the thing. The Saints would have to go on a great run. They have to end. They have 8 games left. Everybody right at the halfway point in the season. Mm-hmm. The Saints would have to they can't lose more than 2 games. So the Saints
saying they got to go 6-2.
They'd have to go 6-2. What's the record right now? The Saints record right now
is 4-5.
They're 4-5. Yeah, 9-7. So 9-7 gives them an outside shot. Now the thing is, did they dig themselves too much of a hole to come back in? And some of the team they lost to early in the season, do they have a tiebreaker on them? If it comes down to that at the end of the year?
And they got Oakland up next.
Mm-hmm.
San Fran.
Right.
Atlanta again.
Yeah.
The Giants, who've been struggling.
Yeah.
Tampa Bay, which is a good team on the rise.
Right.
In front on Tampa Bay. Dallas, which is overrated.
No, I mean they can. I mean, I'm not saying.
And Carolina,
like a couple weeks ago, I would say that they weren't going to make it. But now, when you see some of the top teams kind of coming back to earth, some of the top like the Giants and the Bears, and they're losing some games, and you're seeing some of the other teams. There's a lot of mess in the middle. Yeah, like after the Falcons and the Bears, there's a lot of mess in the middle because the Giants
losses to Carolina and Kansas City is gonna hurt them.
It's not gonna hurt them because those teams because they don't have to worry about them when it comes to playoff time.
Yeah, I get that, but those are wins. Those are wins you should have. You don't have. You know what I'm saying?
Understood.
You get into the playoffs. Those are wins you should have scored.
No, I understand that. But the thing is, like I said, with the Bears and the Falcons and the Giants were one of the three teams that were just kind of coasting through the season. Mm-hmm. Because the Giants are coming back down to earth, the whole after the Bears and the Falcons, everybody's around the same.
I still think the Giants are going to win the NFC East.
Oh no, I believe that the Giants are still going to win the NFC. They have to go on one hell of a collapse not to do that.
The Redskins are not ready. Dallas is overrated. Philly's a dumpster.
And Philly's done. My question to you is, who's the best team in the NFC right now? I want to hear who's your best team right now.
That's tough.
It is tough. I already know who. I feel like I know who the best team in the NFC is right now.
Right now?
Right now, as it is, 8 games into the season, who's the best team? And you know who it is.
The 49ers?
No.
I'm not going to say the Falcons.
No. It's the Packers.
Green Bay, yeah.
It's the Packers. And
they get on the road.
Dog, watching the Packers the last few weeks, they have caught whatever they had last year, and they're back to doing that this year.
The only reason I'm going to hang on, even though their quarterback's out, only reason I'm going to hang on for San Fran, they have that Baltimore Ravens feel to them. All right, when Alex Smith is playing, they have that Baltimore Ravens feel to him. A quarterback that like you say, manages the game. Even though I feel that he can try to win you some games.
Okay, depending on who you play against. Yeah,
manages the game and a strong, stout defense and a heavy running game. Mm-hmm. Frank Gore and the guys, Kendall Hunter, they get it down, and they still got weapons on the outside. And Crabtree, Randy Moss, who can sneak up and hit you in the mouth. And Manningham. So I just. So
you still rocking with the 49ers right now?
49ers.
I mean, like I said, I'm not gonna badmouth any of the top teams, but I really think that right now, who has the most momentum going right now, it has to be the Green Bay Packers.
I would say they have the biggest chip on their shoulder.
They have the biggest chip on their shoulder, but they're playing the best right now.
49ers.
They're blowing teams out. Vick, is he done? I think that Vick
is done in Philly.
Yeah, no, he's definitely done in Philly. I believe that he'll have concussion-like symptoms for the rest of the season.
Yeah, I think
concussion-like symptoms, the entire rest of the season.
But I want to put this out there real quick. Don't act like the kid that they brought in off the bench, Foley, is just this.
Foles, yeah. Look, man, I was pissed off yesterday when I saw that. When I saw that first of all, when Foles came to the game and the stadium went up like the greatest thing, the backup love.
Okay.
But the thing is, when I started watching what Andy Reid was calling, I'm like, really, we're gonna run the ball? Okay,
right,
all right. All of a sudden the line was blocking. I'm like, no. This is exactly. You need to treat Michael Vick just like he's like a rookie, conservative. Yeah, go ahead.
I want to go back to I always gotta go when you now Green Bay.
Yeah.
After the loss to Indianapolis,
right,
30-27, they blow out Houston, 42-24.
Mm-hmm.
They beat St. Louis 30-20. I wouldn't consider that a blowout.
Mm-hmm.
Jacksonville, 24-15.
Yeah, that was a close game, too. Mm-hmm.
Then they beat Arizona 31-17, who you didn't believe in the first place.
Well, I had to pick You
never believed in Arizona.
Right.
I tried to give them the benefit of the doubt, but you was like, Leon, get real. It's Arizona. They're always going to be Arizona.
Right.
It is what it is. Now, the next games they got coming up, Detroit, the G-Men, Minnesota, Detroit again, Chicago, Tennessee, which is a bye week, and then they close out with Minnesota.
Right.
Now, what I'm saying is the road that they're on right now, they 1, 2, 3, 4 in a row.
Mm-hmm.
Bears had won 6 in a row.
Right.
So how do you go about saying that they're the hottest team right now? I mean,
right now, because they've won 4 in a row and the Bears have lost 1. Right now, they're the hottest team in the NFC. I said right now. Right now. That means after yesterday. Right now. It's
because they're on a bye week.
That's lovely. They have won 4 in a row, right?
I don't know.
And hold on. And that offense has looked good every week.
Aaron Rodgers is playing with the biggest chip on his shoulder.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how he's doing. It doesn't. So wait, now they're not hot because he had the chip on his shoulder?
That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying is I think we're confusing how hot they are with the attitude that Rodgers is playing with. Because I don't think their defense is that great.
No, defense isn't that great. The defense wasn't that great last year. I'm talking about Aaron Rodgers guides his team the way the team goes, how Aaron Rodgers goes.
Okay, but what that goes for
I'm not saying most complete team. If you want to go complete team, I'll give you the 49ers. I'll give you that. I'm talking about the best team right now, the team I don't want to see right now, and that is the Green Bay Packers. Give me the 49ers with Kaepernick coming in the game right now. Hey man, I don't want to see the Green Bay Packers. As a Bears fan, I feel good going against San Francisco. I don't feel comfortable going against Green Bay.
Okay,
not
so
right now.
Detroit,
we already beat them.
But I'm saying if we're going off, Detroit just had a win. Detroit just lost to Minnesota, correct?
Right.
But they've been throwing the ball all around the field. Their defense is just terrible too. Like I said, there's no team in the NFC that I'm just like can't be beat in a one-game playoff series if you're the Bears.
No, I understand that, but I'm just saying all I'm talking about is who's the best team is right now, and I said it's the Green Bay Packers because Aaron Rodgers has gotten hot.
And everybody else lost.
I'm just saying it's the best team right now. It's my opinion.
I just sit up here trying to wrap my mind around it.
Hey, man, you watch them.
No.
Would you rather see the Bears play the 49ers or the Green Bay Packers in the playoffs? If you had to choose right now, who'd you rather see?
49.
Thank you very much. We got a song coming up.
What about Atlanta or Green Bay?
Shut up! Atlanta. I don't want to see Green Bay. I don't want to see Green Bay. I hate Green Bay. We play them tough, but we lose. This is what we do. I hate Green Bay.
What's up, man? We're going to talk basketball.
Yeah, we're going to talk basketball when we come back.
Hey, Mike Brown, come sit in with us.
You got time.
Sports Unplugged.
Brought to you by
Miller Lite.
Yeah.
Look me in my face. I ain't got no words. I ain't got no words. I ain't got no words. See them strong as kids.